Hey everybody, this is Bill the Family Handyman. Today we're going to install a Nest Generation 3 thermostat. Nest thermostats are very popular. They'll track your comings and goings and what temperature you like your house and calibrate accordingly. The install is relatively simple and I'm going to walk you through the steps one at a time. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure that your new Nest is going to be compatible with the wiring you have for your system. If you just take off the old thermostat, you could look in. In this case, you see these smaller wires, which means it's low voltage. That's a good thing. If you see larger wires with wire caps, that means you've got a higher voltage system. It's definitely a no-go. One thing you can do to be absolutely sure that it's compatible is you can take note of these wires and go to the Nest.com site, and they actually have a compatibility checker. You just plug in the colors of your wires, and you also want to note where they are on the terminal, and it'll tell you if it's compatible. We've done that already, and we're good to go on this. Next, you want to open the box and make sure that everything is inside that you need. It's going to come with a cover plate for larger holes that you might have to cover. If you're mounting it to an electrical box, there's going to be a metal plate that allows you to do that. There's actually the thermostat itself, and then the base of the thermostat that goes on the wall, and even a nice little cute screwdriver if you like that. I got my own screwdriver and a pair of pliers, which is pretty much all you're going to need to do the install. Next important step is you want to shut off the power to your AC and your furnace, and you can usually find those breakers in your service panel. So the next thing you want to do to be sure your furnace is off, go to the thermostat and cycle it up. Make sure that it doesn't turn on. So the next thing you're going to want to do is take off the cover of your old thermostat and mark the wires that are inside. You can mark the wires by taking a picture with your phone, but I suggest using Nest little stickers that they provide. The letters and numbers will correspond to the terminals where the wires are inside the thermostat. So once you have the wires marked according to the terminal position, you want to back out the screws on a terminal bus, remove the wires. Make sure that if there's any jumper in there between one terminal and another, that you take that out as well. So next, you want to take off the back plate right here, which is pretty simple. Make sure that the wire isn't going to fall back into the wall. If it feels like it's going to do that, put a clothespin on it or wrap some tape around it to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So the next thing you want to do is install the base plate for the thermostat. If you have a footprint left in the paint from your old thermostat, you can use this really nice cover plate that they provide, and you want to work the wires through there on that one and then use the provided screws to install the plate itself. Start with the top screw and use the cool little level bubble they have here to set the base straight on the wall before you put in the bottom screw. So the next thing you want to do before you connect the wires up is make sure that the ends are all stripped to about 3/8 of an inch. These are all really good. And if they're bent at all, you can go in with some needle nose pliers, straighten them out, and go to the assigned, this is W1. I'm going to go over to W1 here, press down on the little button in the back, slide it in. The next thing you want to do once the wires are connected is make sure they're all pushed in flat and out of the way so you can get the display over them. Grab the display, pay attention to the arrow pointing up. You can also look on the back and see that this interfaces to that plug there. Push it on, you should hear an audible snap. That's it. Once the display is installed, you want to go back down to your breaker box and flip your breakers back on. So once you're powered up, you'll see the Nest comes on. You got to scroll through the menu. You do that by pushing in on the faceplate itself, and you can make your choices by rotating the outer dial. You want to go through each menu and select. We've got English here. We'll go to the next one. We're going to do internet connection. And you simply go through each page, give it the necessary information, and then you'll be ready to set up your phone. So we followed all the on-screen prompts, gave it the information it needs. It can work on its own, but if you want, the very last prompt is to download the app and connect your cell phone to the thermostat, which is great because you can operate it outside of the house then. As you saw, it's a really easy install. This is a really great upgrade to your old thermostat and probably going to be standard issue in due time. So check it out. For more tips and great install bits like this, visit us at familyhandyman.com.